Yeah, I don't really think that it's that obscure. I don't. I think it's one of the essential things that we all grasp the moment that we have any kind of consciousness on this plane, is that we realize that we're going to die. You know, dying is part of living. It is what it is to be a bioform. We all begin to decay, and we all become aware of that. Bardo is something that is really an extraordinary thing. You know, I'm asked a lot over the years about what happens to us when we die. The biological death is when the design crystal drops down from the ajna center and reconnects with the magnetic monopole. They started the process together in the cell that would expand and become alive, and they leave together. They return to the core of the earth. They return to the design crystal bundle. That leaves the vehicle devoid of its biological direction. There's no control mechanism anymore. Yeah, one of the things that we know is that the brain itself, as an example, retains a tremendous amount of residual electrical energy. It takes a while for that to actually shut down. Not that there's any life in terms of how we understand it that exists with that, but nonetheless it's there. And of course, remaining in the vehicle is the personality crystal, or at least remaining in close proximity to the body itself. The personality crystal can take advantage of the remnants of capacity. It's called Bardo. It is what we get to experience after biological death. And the experience after biological death is something that has been documented throughout history. The various books of the dead, the Tibetan, the Egyptian, they carry with them underlying themes that have been repeated over and over again. Something that has become actually quite common in our age, with the fact that people who have died biologically have been brought back to life in various kinds of medical situations, and have shared their experiences, which were fundamentally the beginnings of Bardo stages. It is one of the things about what human design brings, is a possibility for not just correctness in the way in which we live, but a continuity in terms of the correctness in which we leave this plane. You know, there are two ways that we can leave this plane. We can leave correctly or not, and in both cases they do make a difference. Our personality crystals are going to be, I guess the best word would be picked up. They're going to be gathered up by their source bundle, returned to the bundle. This is how the ongoing reincarnative process works. Yet, in order for them to do so, the body cannot be disturbed. And obviously, the fact is that most people who are alive on Earth today are here in their first incarnation. For thousands and thousands of years now, we have been getting rid of bodies immediately, particularly the traditions that arose out of relatively warm countries in which bodies could not be left around because of the rapid level of decay. We have most of the major religions in the world today that demand that the body is dealt with within 24 hours. And yet Bardo is a 72-hour process, up to 72 hours. And of course, it's one of the recommendations in the Rave Book of the Dead that the body not be disturbed for as long as possible, and hopefully for 72 hours. It's during that time that the personality crystal goes through its Bardo stages, that it gets to go through very precise experiences. By the way, all of this is available in Rave Cosmology programs, the detail of this and how the mechanics of it work. What's really important is that it's something that you consider. You know, it is something that you consider for those that are there in your life, the elderly in your life, those that are approaching that time, and also to be aware of it for yourself. You know, if the body is disturbed, if the body is cremated or buried within 24 hours, the personality crystal will not get back to its source. it becomes what's called a rogue bundle, or gets picked up by a rogue bundle of crystals, personality crystals out of incarnation but unable to reincarnate. They really populate this plane. It is what people experience as demons and goblins and ghosts and aliens and all kinds of variety of phenomena that we have given names to. It is, it may be obscure to some. I remember with great humor telling my mother about this, and she's a very elderly woman. And there was this silence, and then she said to me, well, what's it going to matter? I'm going to be dead. And I thought, yes, how sweet. It does matter. It matters how we leave this plane. It really does.